Hello guys. Anna here. Heard of much Guaranty. Long time haven't seen you. Sorry for a little bit delay. And our topic today is how to predict divorce with 80% accuracy and how you can, protect yourself from actually taking this path. It's a very interesting topic, and I do believe it's very important to think about this to when, even not when you come to the stage where you you already got married. This is something that you need to put attention to when you're actually dating and the way how you choose your partner. So we will talk about those things as well, and I believe it should be very helpful and handy for you in order to choose right partner. Just where is my let's watch short video. I'm not seeing video. I'm not sure what happened with the video. Okay, it's here. Sorry.
What predicts divorce?
Mm-hmm.
What did you find?
Well, I have to give credit where credit's due, but the most long-standing research into marriage and relationships was by the Gottman Institution, and they did the most scientific and objective analysis of relationships, and they studied 10,000 couples in a lab over a couple of days, and they were able to predict with 80% accuracy which couples would stay together and which ones would get divorced within a year. And it was so simple what they were able to find, and it was simple thing as responding to each other's bids for connection. What I mean by this is when we have a partnership where one person comes home and expresses an emotion, the other one picks up on it, that partnership has the base levels to last a really long time. So it could be a simple thing like you come home from work and say, oh, I'm so tired, and your partner says, why, what's wrong? Simple connection. From that connection, they trust each other, and then they start to lean into each other. But if you come home and you're like, I'm so tired, and your partner either says nothing or says, why are you tired? I'm the one that's been with the kids all day, or what have you done all day? I've been at work all day. That turning away from each other's emotional needs is the training ground for divorce.
So guys, what do you think about this? And today also I will be just delivering this topic on approximately 10 minutes, and then I will be happy to talk to you. And you have link, and I see there is already one guest, Sam Paul, and I will be happy to talk to you just like after I shared my point of view, and hopefully it will be very useful for you. So when you write me in comments as well, what do you think on this topic? Okay. So when you choose lady to start a relationship with, right, and you start to get to know each other, and as we all know, our relationship and family life and everything, it's just not always only sunny days. There is rainy days happening, right? And you want to make sure this lady has normal level, which is very normal for a lady who live in high feminine energies, normal level of being empathic, having her nurturing side of her active within her, because this is this is not very typical for men, but this is very, very typical for women and woman's energy. And so if you talk to a lady, okay, there is some, oh, thank you very much. Okay. There is a, not sure. Oh my goodness, I just realized maybe you cannot hear me good. So when you talk to a lady and okay, when you now date Ukrainian woman, it's very understandable that she's going through a lot of stress. You know, it's just not happening, probably the most challenging period in her life. So that's where she expecting men to be understanding about this and kind of empathic. And this thing that actually create bonding in relationship, you know, where if she said, listen, I don't know, my relatives, like, I don't know, my nephew went to war, and if men say like, or, you know, and what's like so bad about this, right? Like, it's not you, it's not your, you know, family member or something, just like showing the evaluation of things, and, you know, that make her worry. It's like kiss of death, you know, for her. As I understand you guys, it's hard for you to really understand, you know, what they're going through now, unless you've been in the shoes. But just try to, you know, try to imagine, use your imagination, and try to like do your best to understand where they're at and what they really need. I don't know, imagine yourself in sorry, it was just come from coaching call and was not okay. Look good, right? What's like when you've been in situation, I don't know, you lost your parent or something, and you was coming to partner that you was like partner that you was at this time, how, what you wanna your partner to behave at this moment, what you want to hear from this partner. And so that's the thing that create this needed, you know, bonding in a and connection, and like that kind of like a glue in a relationship that makes people closer to each other. And what's make the opposite effect when your partner react like what's to worry about, you know, like I, you know, and like de-evaluate other person feelings. And so I 100% sure when woman in relation with you at the beginning, Ukrainian woman, she's very intuitive. She look at all of those things. And I strongly advise you to also look, you know, how she's going. Just keep in mind, like, like person can, when she's, you know, when she's in her, when she's resourceful, she can support you, right? But if she's on her own down, it's just like not the place where she can share support. So if you now date Ukrainian woman and right now she's in a big stress, because like different people going through it's differently through, you know, through years. And like a lot of Ukrainian women that I'm now doing introduction calls with, I'm seeing they say, okay, I was like first months I was just, you know, crying and like, you know, don't see like, you know, have hard time to accept reality. But now like it's been already 2 years, so like they have to, and a lot of them like choose to leave and build new life, right, and integrate to a new country, or like just, you know, life continue, and they choose to do steps towards and being optimistic that and be open, if they will meet men, with whom they will be building this new life. It will be just like cherry on a cake. But if that will not happen, they still responsible for their state of mind, their mood, and so they keep, they doing efforts to live, to start their new life, and so this is important when you date a lady, and if you share some things that happening, and just not after she just shared like some bad news, right, but just like you have good conversation. But if something happened to you, and you just share, you see the way she react. And a lot of this program, they come like unconsciously from role model of what woman was going through in her childhood. If she grew up in a family where mother was constantly like de-evaluate man, his efforts, and like de-appreciate, she will be translating the same things. And for your success, for your happiness, you definitely need women who can appreciate your impact, everything that you do for a family. So you look for those things. You look the way she, whatever you do for her, you look at the way she react. And if she's grateful, if she's what she's giving back to you, also. So if you come to the point where you you have a reaction that is not satisfying for you, it makes you upset, you see that she's devaluating, it's not kiss of that. I believe relationship is something that two people can work on. And so I think next step, it will be to talk about your feelings and how her reaction make you feel. But here it's very important the way you present it to her. You don't tell you such a bad person and and I'm not happy about this. Always when we wanted to tell something to other person that is not that we are not happy about, we don't tell about other person, we actually tell about ourselves and the way those things make us feel. And so if person loves you and your relationship, its value, that she has, it's valuable for her, and she wants to save them and develop them, she will be listening, and she will be making notes, and she will be like understanding how. So it's like, it doesn't sound like pretension to her, but rather if she loves you, she wants really to fix this, right? And she understand, it just land very different in her. It's land as a opportunity to change something in the relationship if she loves you and she wants to those relationship to keep going. And so I believe this is very important. Like most of couples, if there is an open dialogue and possibility to talk about those things, they all those relationship, they have chance. And all this happening when people, of course, when people love each other, right? And they have this already, connection and bonding to each other, and they're looking for ways to interact with each other in a different way that will be more fulfilling and brings different fruits to relationship, different outcome. So yeah, just keep that in mind, and always talk about your feelings in relationship. And that's I mean, I don't know if really this is applicable to Western women, but I do know it's applicable for Ukrainian women, those women who who loves you, and like because of Ukrainian women have she puts relationship and desire to be in relationship and family like number 1 priority in her family. So she's she's willing to, you know, commit and work on them, you know, to make it work. So and if this is just not valuable for her, this is not your woman. And in a case where, I don't know, Western woman doesn't keep this a priority, so there is not much commitment to make it, you know, work, right? And so that's why I know this advice will definitely work with Ukrainian woman who, you know, who loves you and she wants to, you know, find the solution always in, and she's willing to listen and understand from where you are at. And again, being empathic, very normal for women who live in feminine energy and nurturing also, you know, nurturing side of her. It's very also natural state of mind for her. But again, to share, you know, some great caring, loving energy she can do from her, you know, from abundance, this in her, and how it's happening when men provide her with a, you know, with their security, with minimum stress, you know, like it's just nature of her flowing, you know, this desire to give this care and love to family and all children and like all family members, right? And even outside of family members, you know. So that's what I wanted to tell. And here it's also very, I just wanted to tell one short story about one woman that I read recently post. She's teacher, like she's helping parents to, you know, with a, okay, maybe it's not, doesn't matter, with a teenager children, because, you know, it's kind of difficult time, right? And you don't want to, you need to be there because, you know, and with different understanding what's going on. And so she was telling story about, she was walking in the park and she was attacked by man. Probably he was, you know, not healthy person, but no, some psycho problem, right? And she managed to escape and run, you know, and to, you know, safe place. So like nothing bad happened, but the level of stress she went through was, you know, dramatically high. And even understanding that she, you know, she come out and safe and all good, she started to share with her friends. And thing that she heard back on this story was like, or, you know, nothing to worry about, like you know, you're alive now. So again, this is the evaluation of her experiences, and like she felt that she wasn't heard, you know, because it was painful experience for her, it was fearful, you know, experience. And like in a good friendship, when you share these things, you want just person to understand and maybe share this, you know, share these feelings with you. So another friend was telling, oh, this is nothing, like listen what happened to me, and telling their story, you know. And like it's either not helping, you know, because again, it's about her, it's her experience. And okay, you have different experience, but that's something that she went through. And so she said, I'm so grateful that another friend that I was telling the story about, and she, everything that she said, it was just, you must have been very fearful at this moment. And she said yes. And she said, and then my tears started to come out, and I just like release all this, you know, curiosity that was blocked within me. And I felt relieved, and I never was thinking again about the situation, because I was able, you know, through this person who just understand what I went through, just like confirm with her, you know, her feelings, and was able to relieve it as a, you know, burden that she was holding for years, right? And that's, I think, maybe very different story, but this is, I see how in a relationship, when people, you know, when it's a great couple, it's not conversation of deaf person, with another deaf person. It's actually hearing each other and relating to each other feelings, and seeing something behind that. If women cook beautiful dinner to a man and he said that, I don't know, it's just distasteful, it's this ability within women to understand that this is not about her. It's just like he's going through some stress now, and just seeing behind that, and just don't go in your own insecurities and triggering them, but just understanding there is something went wrong, and maybe it's a place and time to ask him, darling, what's going on? Do you have problems at your work? Like, would you like to share? Would you like to talk to me? And just be a listener there, and just relate to to feelings that person share. It's not difficult, right? But I don't know, we just like that's a lot of now traditional babushkas, grandfathers, they tell about modern moms, right? They say, oh, what you complain about, like raising kids? You have laundry machine, you have like this, you have that, it doesn't matter. Yeah, physically maybe it's easier, but like new world, it's very different dynamic has from, like, I don't know, many years ago. And so this is not mindset that really helping. So just keep that in mind. And I think if you will be talking to your partner from the things that how it make you feel, it just will be naturally helping to continue to build this bonding and develop your relationship, and just being this, not being this 80% of couples that will be predicting divorce within 1 year, right? um yeah, that's my basically message here today. So let's see, there is a Sam and Greg. I see you. I will Sam was already here, so I will add you after. And so yeah, and then I will read your comments, guys, as well. So hi, Sam.
Hi.
Hi. I don't see you very good, your face.
Oh, I can turn the light on. It's
Yeah,
a little
if possible. It's just too dark.
dark, yeah.
Thanks for waiting. Yeah, and yeah, great. So, what's your journey? Are you looking for Ukrainian wife?
Yeah, I'm definitely open to that. You know, in the Western world, like a lot of, I'm sure, people you've talked to, it's people put career and other things before family, so it becomes difficult to meet like-minded individuals. So that's hard. Despite having lots of opportunity, for good jobs, good careers, great environment, sunshine, all of the good things in life, it's still difficult when priorities, goals don't align. So I think that's why it's good to find someone that hopefully is like-minded, and if there's a connection, then you can try and build on that.
Mm-hmm. Yes. And so, what's your journey been so far? Have you been to Ukraine, or what's
I
your
haven't. No, I've been to Europe. I've been all over Europe and Asia. I like the European mindset. That's not maybe different than Ukrainian, but very more sort of in the moment, and not thinking about things tomorrow, next week necessarily, but more just focusing on being present and enjoying, the time that you have with friends and people that you care about. So I like that a lot. It's more natural, I think.
Do you have some European roots? You look a little bit like Italian.
I don't, but I've spent a lot of time in Europe just on trips.
Okay.
So yeah, but I live in California, San Francisco. And it's a very multicultural place, but again, it's hard to meet people with similar values, similar goals that are family oriented, that make family a priority.
Yeah. What do you mind me to ask your age?
Yeah, I'm 53.
53. And what lady you're looking for of age?
Yeah, somebody that would be in their late 30s would be ideal, because I don't have any kids, and
Mhm.
if there's a good connection and mutual, a
Uh-huh.
good relationship that develops, then I would certainly be open to,
Late 30s.
starting a family.
Yeah. Mm, so, have you been in consultation with us? Matchmaking consultation?
Yes, I
Mhm.
was
Uh-huh.
in consultation with
Uh-huh.
Lubia. Yeah.
Uh-huh. And so you didn't proceed, obviously, yeah, since you're here. Or
Well, yeah, I kind of got sidetracked with some other stuff
uh-huh.
happening in my life. So
I
now
see.
I'm
Mhm.
back trying to focus on finding a good partner.
You see, yeah, it's just like you kind of with this request, and wanted to have children, you kind of like in a your like your clock is ticking. This is just with more years, and like if that's very important for you, you kind of need to make it time and space, and prioritize it over other things. um because yeah, I mean, your best shot will be maybe single mom with a one kid and who is open to have another kid. And so yeah, that's will be your best like response rate probably from those ladies. And yeah, we have some ladies like late 30s and that never been mothers and they very much want it. So I think here will be very much important your like you to be open to our suggestions, because we know ladies personally, and so we know like what's going on. But I also want to mention that I think with all the things that happened to Ukraine with the war, and I was talking recently to matchmakers about this, like ladies now, like you give a birth to a child, and it's really it's a lot of connected on feeling safety and secure, and this is not about like lady wants child, it's just like she wants it with a certain man that she feels safe about. And so all this last 2 years, everything that happened in Ukraine, it's just like ladies become more fearful, like where this world is going. Like if before everything was stable, they was just wanted you know they're just now more cautious even about this thing, right? And actually, yeah, soon, I think next week, I will be releasing short video about like 5 levels of securities that man provides to woman. And so if you can check all these boxes, it just will be very important for for your success with Ukrainian ladies, and especially with the whole situation that going on. Yeah. So yeah, just if you want, we can follow up with you, and just I don't know where you like. Did you did you start test drive or no? And just yeah,
Yeah, I was just sort of in that process of starting that.
yeah. I think that yeah, you will get your answers, because our ladies, they just I'm just like, it's blow my mind, like Western guys go on this website and seeing all this like interest and ladies hunting them, and they all like top, I don't know, Victoria's Secret models, which is photoshopped. A lot of them doesn't look like that in real life, but they go and they like so much, I don't know, it's boost for ego or what is this, I don't know. But it just it's just like Ukrainian, they don't get it. Ukrainian women doesn't behave this way, maybe in UK it's normal for women like to 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 chase man and to show her it's traditional culture. It's always the case where man conquer heart of woman, and woman like behave traditional way, then she's looking for man of action, and just those who come and like and will show his commitment. And like, okay, you see the way Ukrainian women, where they're raised with a lot of women around and beautiful women. So like they have this mindset that men can run after many skirts, and so like chasing one another woman. And so when you're raised with this, first of all, if you're looking for family, right, you want to make sure this man, serious, and they want to feel that this man really interested in me, like really in me. And it's just not by words only, but by action. Because if he show very low like interest or doing almost zero to nothing, it's like, she feels like, okay, I'm just maybe number second choice, or like, he's just have so many options. And woman with this having so much like portfolio of choice, she wants to feel valuable for man, at this stage when he's um, courting her and wanted to win her heart. She wants to feel that you made your choice on her, and now you, as a man, you show this with your actions. When she sent this, or I don't know, all these crazy things sometimes, like when guys before was coming to Kiev, they was was going to several dates, and if they mix story, or like one girl to another, or what he heard, or mix names, oh, this is like dead end. Goodbye. Like they just don't perceive this man anymore serious. There is a lot of, unfortunately, in Ukraine before war, a lot of like men from around the world was coming, was not serious intent, a lot of sex tourists. And so that's last thing they want, like to be introduced with them to the man with a wrong intention that not matching with them. So yeah, that's why they're very picky and sensitive about this, and that's why dynamic is a little bit different. I understand in the West, men want like women, they more responsive, to when men chase them. But it just in Ukraine, it's this sense of she's like more cold at the beginning, because she just want to. Okay, it's not always. It also depends on the age, but and profile of the man and just personality of the lady. But generally speaking, they like going slowly, because like, really, you interested in me? Okay, really, this is just words? Or all Ukrainian women from childhood, they learned by their parents, and that's like what our traditional roles in the family translated. Look into man's action. This is always speak much louder than than everything he tell you. And I'm observing from my years engagement with a Western man, there is often a lot of words and not enough action. And so it just works against against relationship. And I don't know. It was just crazy. So many different story happened. Like one of our couple men was telling her he's coming these certain dates to meet her. So she took vacation at her work, and then he didn't show up and just go how host, like nothing from him, right? And she's like, I took this vacation, and this is like the worst vacation in my life, because I didn't I was planning to meet him, so I didn't have any other like plan B, and he didn't show up, and he don't respond, and I don't know he's alive or what. And then 2 days later he did say, I got sick. Like no response, no, like this is just, guys, don't do that. You just, you lose this woman. And they was like in daily conversation for hours, so like a lot of commitment before they met. But then this one thing, and no response, no, like for several days she was calling us like, can you somehow like reach him? I don't know what to think, right? Like like the scariest thing coming in our mind. But when she just realized this is level of seriousness, like why would I bring hope here? So yeah, it's important for every man who starts this journey to have time, to have energy, to have savings, because it's also required. You need to travel there, like they before war we have maximum probably 1 year of relationship distance before they meet. But then if there is no plan to meet, even now it's much shorter. It's like within several months if meetings should be happening, because it just and it's so unfortunate because of war, but fortunate for international marriages and couple, so much easier to proceed with documents. So it's just make all this process easier, of getting to know each other, building relationship organically. So yeah, but I mean, you can learn. I guess you watch a lot of our videos.
Yeah, I watched a few videos. Yeah, they're very helpful.
Yeah, I believe that, like wherever we will watching everything, unless we will do this as our own experience, being ourselves in this journey, that's the only way how we will get results, right?
Yeah.
Then I will just encourage you, Sam, to start. I mean, if you want, I can ask Luba to contact you and to help you with it. I don't know if you have links still and everything, that we will just make a photo of your name, and we'll be happy to.
Okay.
As long as you're ready, because as I said, our ladies, they when you have introduction call and like they're just building up their hopes, even they very maybe not as expressive, but trust me, like they talking to us like next day after call, like I didn't sleep all night, I already imagined this, I already imagined that. And so it's just like if man not ready and he's not proceeding, like we feel bad for especially giving hope with ladies in these times where they where they're going. So it's important. But anyway, I said our ladies, it's just like true radar of how realistic man in his expectations, and it's important here in your case also to make sure, I know this is big trouble for every man, to provide good quality pictures. It's still first impression and all these things, and write nice letter that will be talked to her, her needs, like of what she's looking in relationship, right? And feminine woman who know her power in being weak, looking for this strong shoulder next to her, and it's desirable for her, right? She wants this. When I talk about this now in the Western group of ladies, they look at me like I'm strange. I'm very strange.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. As long as I know what makes me happy, and what I expect in a relationship, I'm okay to look strange to other people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Now it's important to speak your truth and respect. Respect is very important.
And actually, living now in the West and seeing all these things, it just makes me more appreciative of grew up in Ukraine and have this mindset of of like understanding my nature and being appreciative about it, and just living accordingly to it, not try going against it. Like when you was born in a woman's body, and I'm not pretend to be a man, I don't need to grow balls or something, or all the things, and just being happy where I am, and just using my strengths, which is different from things that that man's strengths, just different things. And be appreciative as well as a man, because I know what like man going in nowadays world, what challenges they have, and that's what, like, I said to every guy, it doesn't matter, like you can have many introductions, but important you look for a woman who appreciates everything that you can give to her, right? Because that's what make a man like spread his wings and wanted to do more and just fly, and to take his woman on his hand and just make a circle and lift her, and just being appreciative in the relationship as well.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Sam, for sharing, and I hope will be able to help you. I just just like it's just your Joe is like very related to your story personally, because this is his story, of wanting children and never been father, and so it's just he's very not sensitive, but it's very resonate because it's his story, and he wants to help guys like you, and it will be we'll be happy. That would be
great.
Mhm.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you, Sam. Have a good day. Okay.
You too.
You
Thanks.
too. Bye bye.
Bye.
I don't know how to hear too. Oh, okay. And hi, Greg.
Oh, hi.
Long time didn't see you.
Yeah, I'm on the laptop. I fixed the camera. So
Okay, great.
yeah.
So what do
I
you
wanted
think?
to
Topic
pop
or
in and just listen. Always something to learn. So appreciate your story of working it out. It's a trait that the Western world doesn't have. We've kind of discussed that shallow, if
yeah.
you will, and it's nice that it's not that. And I don't fit in his world anymore because I am that man that's good for my word. I'll do what I say, or I come back and say I can't do it and here's why, or I can do this instead. But once you take on that and say I can do it, you need to either do it or come back to the person you committed to and tell them why you can't, or what happened when you tried, whatever that is. But it's just about honesty and communication and trying to find someone that appreciates that, because if you do that, my journey has been doing that, and it's not appreciated. It's not recognized for what it is. And when you're not appreciated with that, you have a sense of, why should I keep doing this? And then you battle within yourself of going, well, that's who I am. I don't want to stop being that way because I don't want to be this person that you think I am or the average is. I want to be who I am. So it's me realizing I need to get into a different pool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Is that
kind
a
of.
good way to
Yeah.
put it? I need to switch pools. It's what I call the insanity circle.
Mm-hmm.
Keep doing the same thing over and over and expect
Yeah.
different results.
Yeah. Albert Einstein. Yeah.
You're the one that's got to go, I need to change what I'm doing here. So that's why
Yeah.
I'm here. I'm not looking in the right pool, and now I believe I am. So
Yeah, very excited. Yeah, Greg just onboarding with us, and I hope this will be one more happy story. And yeah, definitely. Like I'm working here now in Canada, and understand that I would not. It's just not in my like. I was so excited and happy when when I met Joe and find out he actually live in Ukraine, and I didn't want to leave Ukraine, and unless war happened, I think we would still live there. And I was like terrified of like leaving Ukraine, even like when he was talking to me before war. He was talking like, I wanted to go back home. I wanted to show you. I was like, no, can't believe in Ukraine, And I understand, he brought me here and he's done all this, like, as a manhunter, go where you can find what you want, And unless he's been in this journey, himself and go and find me, I wouldn't be here, and he would not satisfy his needs to be with whom he wants to be, like with the in type of relationship that he wants to have, right? And so, but I understand I'm not that person who would, take. I don't know. This is like too much stress and too much insecurities to go alone, in a foreigner country to start life from, from scratch on your own. And yeah, I wouldn't do this. It's just like it's a big like in Ukraine. It's my family. I mean, unless I've been, like in situation when war started and I need to protect children, of course I will be forced, to do this. Like, but most likely it will be Europe because I will be just holding on there until I can come back to my friends, to my family, like if I'm on my own. But so I understand the only way if man wants to meet this, lady that, like match his like vision for a family, who has these traditional values still within her, it's just when he go for it, it's not like when she's coming and look for him, those are different type of ladies who is going on their own,
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And I
And
can relate to that. If standing in the other person's shoes, that would be, even for a man, that's still a big move for us to take off independently and go move to another country. Like Sam, I've visited a lot of countries, been around, both personal and work related stuff. Not a ton, but enough to know it's a different culture, it's a different language. If you move there, that's a big step without having someone. So for a lady to pick up is really powerful, because there's a lot of men that wouldn't even do that because it's scary.
It's scary, definitely.
There's
Yeah,
no safety in it, and so I get it.
Yeah. And like woman, she's as I said, she, especially feminine woman, she's not dealing good with a lot of stress, like she just man more strong in this regard, like more can handle. But especially if you have, like, I don't know, I have children, right? It just make it even more, more complicated when you're responsible just for yourself. But then, so like when our ladies looking, for a man, it's just they always like ask themselves, it's a big move, it's a big change to give up even something that new they start to build. I don't know, within Germany, integrating. There is still like a lot of them already 2 years, they learn language, and now they have to give up everything that they start to build to again go to a new country and start everything from scratch. But if they feel safe with this man, they love him, they would do this and they follow, and but they need to. And tomorrow I will do actually video about that it will be released about fears of Ukrainian women. And so main fears, and one of this it's just security. It's big, but it's just guys think only about security, I don't know, financial, but there is much more to this, right?
Emotion is bigger than financial.
And the reality that in Ukraine they don't show in TV news and shows like happy international couples. They actually don't want women to leave Ukraine, and they it's economy still bringing some values, right? And they want to keep people there, so they show like American murders, all those scary stories. And so of course it fit her, her fears about what will be if I move there. And if they see man not stable emotionally, or like or kind of going on aggression side, it's just like no thank you, like I'm good. I don't need.
It's kind of a simple concept for me in a way. I've probably in the last 6 years have really come to really try to live, eat, and breathe this every day. And it's like, do unto others as you would have done unto you. So treat someone like you'd like to be treated. And I've even began to put, my friend I was talking about that's Ukrainian, I began to assemble a support group or a way for that lady when that time comes and she moves here. I've already began to set that up for her to connect into, because I'm thinking, what would make me feel comfortable if I was her and coming to a strange country? Yes, maybe she knows English, to what level, don't know, but that's all fine. So what can you do to make it feel more comfortable? So, sure, you have the nice house, you have all the nice things, fine. But emotionally, how do you support that? Emotionally, I say I have a support group of Ukrainian women. Whether they get along or not, you don't know, but you want to at least make the introduction. And hopefully there's some support there, and they can even speak their own language so they don't lose that, and they can be that independent, strong person and maybe gain the confidence level you'd like them to have, because the confidence level is what's so important. That's where their own security comes from. So anything we can do to help develop that is key, beyond just the finances and the nice house and nice things. Yes, that's just the physical side. Emotionally, how do I support that lady? So one phone call away. You always make sure you don't miss the call. There's lots of little things I can think about, but just show them they're appreciated. But the support group thing is huge. And I live outside of Seattle. Seattle is actually one of the, has the most Ukrainians in it in all of Washington, as far as the city. So I've done all my homework onto that and began to know some of them and just meet them a little bit, none of which were, months ago were of any interest to me, but of interest as in, that could be maybe some friends, at least a support group, go hang out, whatever they decide they want to do is supportive of me. So just things like that to help that, make that move a little more smoother, a little easier, a little more comfort in it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, this is very wise. And I know that our couple who, successfully married for years now, that's what, man was doing. It's a part of helping her to integrate. And yeah, I was like, really, you was thinking even about this? I was like, that's so sweet, that's so nice. And like, I feel so good about Irina now, that he was like thinking about these things. And she was, she said, this is one of our couples. She lost her like parents, and she said basically his parents become my parents now, and like this is integration into family. It's all, of course, it's all comes together, with
it is.
Warm, nice, fuzzy feelings, and no
one really needs to change. They just need to mesh, right?
They
just need to integrate. They don't need to change. They just need to mesh.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, so Greg, do you have any questions?
No, I don't. I'm excited to get started.
Okay, that's great. Yeah, I hope that we will be interviewing you as another success story. But I will just ask you, because I love your answer, and I think it makes sense maybe for other men to see your point of view. What age gap you're looking for and why?
Okay. My age gap is 5 to 10 maximum. Number is not a big deal for me, but I want to be able to relate to them from experiences. Had boyfriends, had husbands. I think you learn through life with that way, and I think that's important. I also, for me, I have my own kids. If she has older age kids, it's certainly fine. Again, integration. But I think the age gap being closer than further away from me is a better relation. I'm able to relate to things. Things seem to find the same activity level. I do like a little younger because that age typically in the Western world will match my activity level. Pretty active guy, but can cuddle up on a movie on a rainy day too. But I want an activity level, and I find that the Western culture is, at my age of 63, is sitting on the front porch drinking tea all day or something. And I love to just be in the moment, but I don't want to be in the moment all the time. I want to go be active and be in that moment and whatnot. So I think it's more of a match and a similar of age feels better to me. The experiences are there, and I think if the experiences are there, the relationship is there, the relatability is there, I think.
Yeah, and that's normal age gap within Ukrainian couples as well, and like I said, our ladies after 50, like a lot of them have very high energy. Like people love to take care about themselves, and I was like talking, maybe I will do video about this, like thinking to myself, why is that, and how like this is just integrated, and you kind of like. You cannot take it out from them. Like, I'm feeling a little bit overdressed here in Canada all time, but do I want to change it? No, like I feel a little bit like and everything I get from this, just, I don't know, Canadian women just come to me and they say, I love your outfit. Like this is every day, like several people come. So they don't wear it themselves, but and I feel like sometimes like it's too much, but I'm enjoying, this is the thing that makes me happy, feeling like, I don't know, some,
Be yourself.
yeah, just, yeah. And I don't want to change this. And yeah. And just like Ukrainian women, they love to eat healthy. They this nurturing part of them, they like to be doctors, all how to heal, everyone in the family, and just like all this natural like level of responsibility for everything, like, just they learn, they're smart, they're intelligent, um yeah. And they active, like, I see, like, our ladies, I come on introduction, and just like, if I don't know her age, I would have very hard time to guess,
Mhm.
and because like she looks so amazing, and I'm like, really, like, it seems like even not really matching couple sometimes, but I understand by age it's matching, but like she looks just like mwah, amazing. Like I'm always like falling in love myself with the women, just like wow. And like when you hear her and like you relate to her story, and like it's just like you cannot not to fall in love. So like I understand why guys come to us, and how it works, such a
Mhm.
beautiful souls. Yeah. And yeah, there is challenges. I'm not hiding, this is journey, sometimes language barriers, sometimes misunderstanding that can be,
Mhm.
but still, it's just like when love, at the base of this, what's driven people, to be together, you can go through everything. I never hide, we don't have like ideal relationship with Joe. We have always like, also our challenges, but as long as I, everything that I feel like every time it just brings us to new level of closeness to each other, and
Mhm.
knowing of each other, and being able to work towards. Yeah. And like in Ukraine, we have this impression, men say, like, you really need to be afraid when your woman is actually not emotional, about like she don't care. That's like this is like that end, when she's worried, when she's arguing, when she's emotional, try to actually show that she has feelings too and she wants to fix, right? But when she's like nothing on the face, like I don't care, this is already like almost hard
Yeah.
to, go from there. So like they always say, like, you woman, emotional, just like live with it, this is nice, like, you have something to
Yeah.
pay for.
A good point. That's a good way to look at it. Otherwise, you'll end up in the 80% of the divorce category. If she does that, she's already checked out.
Yeah, that's a reality. So yeah. Okay, Greg. Yeah, I'm super excited, and yeah, I hope we'll be. I mean, I feel very confident, but I'm trying not to put my predictions, because sometimes it's just sometimes something's going on that outside of my understanding, But
You know,
generally speaking, yeah, we can identify a good profile of the man, and like we're super excited to have, great bachelors with us, and just helping one more beautiful soul, to meet this kind of like a bridge, international bridge between traditional values,
I,
and those things that, and a lot of our ladies, they also, you know, like they just made their mind that they wanna, they wanted to meet good man, and just like they just opened up the horizontal wherever he can be, right? Just who will
mhm.
mention their values, right? Because there is some men in the West, they have no idea about feminism much. They don't know about this. It's like they really don't know what's driven man. That's the reality, But yeah, some of them, I mean, they have their own picture, their views, like will be releasing tomorrow. But also some of those fears actually driving them to Western men, not to Ukrainian. um,
Mm,
because side effect of patriarchal system, it's a lot of physical abuse in relationship, and that's what, it's just going, oh, like
I've
there
read a
is,
lot of stories about that.
yeah.
Sad, but I've
n- Now it's just, yeah, one crazy story that I uh, it's a ex prime minister of Kazakhstan. It's also like Slavic Slavic traditional culture, right? They also speak Russian. So all people, like all Slavic world now resonate to this story. He's 44, I think. Yeah. And he killed his wife. He beat her to the death. She's 31 years old. And yeah, and now he's in the court. And like everybody, all women now, resonating with having physical, abuse, looking, it's a corrupted country where, you don't know really how he will, if something will be happening, like if he will get actually punishment for that, for that action. And it just yeah, they show, like, it's a beautiful soul lady. She was kind of wanna to I mean, they was analyzing a lot of, I was reading a lot of like psychologists, how she trapped, in this relationship, and how she was like thinking that, it will be different outcome, and have this hope that he will, it just happened several times that he was, abusive to her. But yeah, last time it just was, I don't want to go in details because like it's one that might make me vomit. But what it's done to our old Slavic world, now a lot of women start to speak out about what's going on in their relationship and looking for help.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
And that's one of the biggest also fear that driven Slavic women towards Western men, because this is not something that like happening there, right? It's like more, you have protection, you have government stands up for you, and
You
it's just
do.
the way men normally.
And
Yeah.
although there is some still here that
Mhm.
are what I've just named them as wife beaters, but yeah, I think there's less. I
Mhm.
think in Ukraine or Slavic as a whole over there, you find more. The percentage is higher of those because they don't respect the lady to begin with, so they think they should control them and be over them. It's usually where the physical abuse comes from. It starts verbal or whatever. It's still same kind of thing here. You just see a lower percentage of it, which is nice, but you still the the um, um, the average man here, as far as average out there, and I think it's probably Sam. I don't mean to speak for you, but you might agree with that. That the average man, as far as where they are, as far as the quality of a man they are, has gone down in the Western world quite a bit. And just being out dating, I've realized that because I have to really work hard at proving myself because I'm in this very low slot right out of the gate. They go, oh, you're just a typical man. Hence where I think some of the shallow attitude comes from. So it's nice to get someone that doesn't go into the relationship with that in mind. You go into it with an open mind, knowing this is a decent guy, has been checked and vetted, and I know she's been checked and vetted. So there's a good start already, and
Mhm.
that's the main reason why I'm here in summary is for that, because on my own I've not been real successful at that. I can weed them out really good, but it's not finding anything for me. All I'm doing is weeding them out. I want to bring some in that, oh, well, this one's possibly dating material. This one's possibly dating material. I can't find one. They're all out. And I don't think my standards are that high. It's just that I just want someone that's similar to me. That's all I'm looking for. Someone that values and morals and has the same thing that I have.
Mhm.
And so we're back to I just need to switch pools.
Yeah. That's amazing. And I said in this regard, like, yeah, it's a very small number of Ukrainian women, but for those who open to, for this journey of international marriage, because it's add to it, challenges, but it's also add beauties. Like my mama grew up me, and she was always telling me how smart children in international families, they speak several languages, and she was always like admiring international marriages. So I grew up with my thought it's a nice thing to do. So I never had to worry about that, right? And I have myself international marriage where, I don't know, our daughter speaks now 4 languages, and like I see this beautiful outcome that my mother was programming with. but it's not every family, right? And everybody have different story. And a lot of our ladies come to us because they know cases of, her friend got married and live very happy life with, international marriage, and she wants something to experience this herself, right? And just becoming more open-minded now. But yeah, normally just those ladies who travel more, who just have more open mindset about how it can happen, just bringing more opportunities to their life too.
They all deserve to be happy.
Yeah,
All of
yeah,
us do. You just
yeah.
have to be willing to search for it and go outside of that comfort zone.
Definitely, yeah. But you need to be a man, right, for these things. It's just like I was talking to a local Slavic matchmaker here in Vancouver, and I was like wanted to understand her experience with a local and like local man, and they say, you have no idea, like he especially say, she said, the best bachelors from Alberta here in Canada. She works like locally with with Canadian. And she said, but like those in Vancouver, they're so spoiled. They don't want even to go from Vancouver Island to go on Vancouver for a date. They want like within Vancouver. And I say, how you do that? Yeah, that level of like, commitment and like for relationship and like, yeah, very hard. Right. So, for those, and I honestly question and doubt, like success of those guys, if they have like, you kind of, when you put a lot of efforts from your side, you also willing to work on the relationship, because like I said, to meet your soulmate, this is one step and the exciting step, right? But then it's relationship 3 years that, if with the right attitude, become better, like a fine wine, 3 years.
Glad to
More
hear you
fun.
say that, because that's the big picture. That's all
Yeah.
that is. It's just the big picture. And then, yeah, it starts at, if he makes that commitment from the beginning, then it needs to be recognized that that's probably who he's going to be and who he should be for sure. But,
Yeah.
and if you see that, then the long term's got to just, as a bottle of wine, you say, get better and better and better.
Yeah, that's ideally how it's should be working,
That's
but
good.
with this, yeah,
Mhm.
with yeah. Okay, Greg. Yeah, I will just go. Probably, I will just let you go. I will go through chat because I saw there is some questions, and yeah, maybe. I mean, maybe would you? Okay, it was addressed to me. I thought maybe you can answer in some of them. I really like your mindset and the way you think, and yeah, I just have overall good feelings about
Good.
with you, about your
Appreciate
journey,
that.
and I'm grateful for your trust and believing in yourself and following your dream and just knowing what you want. And just, yeah, I'm just like, I feel sad honestly for a lot of Western men who go through divorce or rape, I would call it, when women take advantage and they just like so much, like they cannot let it go, like they stuck with this, and just like they decided to be alone for life. And I don't believe that's how we created, we social creatures. And i
That's
do
right.
believe I do believe, like being alone, it's make us weak. While when we together, this is just always bring us to better version of ourselves, and this is the best way to live, right?
I completely agree.
Mhm.
Joe's a lucky man.
Thank you, thank you very much, Greg. Okay, see you then, and yeah, we'll
Okay.
follow up with you. Thanks.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, guys, I will just go through quickly. I have exciting today. Irina will have her first acrobatic performance, and yeah, we need to go there. I will just go through. Anna said reference about the connection. Her shorts video refer to lack of connection, emotional relationship, married that come from a lack of compatibility. Yeah, I just don't believe this is directly connected to compatibility. I mean, I think the main, what's driven us to make our relationship work, it's love. It's like when people have love to each other, they naturally have desire to fix things and make them work, right? Because they don't want it to lose. If you love someone, you're willing to make steps, right? And I think maybe this lack of love, actually, because when you love person, and especially with the way I told you to, to present your, you talk not about the person, but you talk about yourself and how certain situation make you feel. And so if person love you, he wanted to find a way how to change this, right? Because she doesn't want you to feel certain way. Are you guys here what they call the passport brothers? Oh, yeah, that's guys that I feel that no, okay, no, I mean, maybe I mixed. Yeah, there is some guys, it's G, or how you call it, MGTOW brothers. It's those who decided to be forever alone. But yeah, here guys who looks for wife anywhere in the world, and we specifically here helping with the Slavic women, mostly Ukrainian, in our database, and yeah, just find them what they want in a relationship, and just being a man to jump in this exciting journey to find your diamond somewhere else in this big planet Earth and just go for her. Yeah. In other mean, if couple ignore compatibility during this selection process before marriage, the future marriage will most likely to fail. From this perspective, I of course, it's just, you know what? Okay, I just something come in my mind, and I think it's important to share here. Yeah, in regards of, different people, it's also compatibility here. Going different way through stress, through things that happen. I've been in a relationship where it was devastating, if I use this word right, but it was very difficult, because the way man was going through, through challenges, he was closing. He was not open for, for conversation. He was just like closing himself, and he was ignoring for months, escaping talk. And I understand, it just was making me crazy. Like, I cannot do nothing when you wanted to fix something, and person just like closing himself and not open for discussion and fixing. How much you can do about this? And so yes, in this regard, it should be compatibility, even even if you love each other. But like, if you're going very differently, like some people, they opens up and they want to fix, and they open to talk. And that's how me and Joe, for example, like always when we have something, we openly talk. We go there, we hear the pain, here's the cut, how to heal it, like what we need to do. So, and yeah, it should be here should be match, definitely. But if person like closing, and like, I know that's, for example, Sandra, our streamer, that's her, she shared like in her ex relationship that what was not working, right? She want us to talk, she want to fix it. And it was just, you cannot do this on your own, if your partner not willing to make steps and he's going differently. So for me, the worst thing you can have in a relationship when partner ignore you and just not open to talk to you. I'm going crazy, honestly, with this. And I don't know, I cannot help myself, and just I don't see any exit from this. So here, should be. Thank you. Yeah. What's what we do to be mind readers? You need to go to David Copperfield and he will teach you magic. No, honestly, I don't think it's like mind readers, but it's just like when you really, when you're really in relationship with your soulmate, it's just so naturally. You can see so many things in his eyes, in her eyes, in his way of how he talks. You can sense every note of like changing within him, right? And like people sense each other, and this is something behind even things that you can say. And so like I know that whatever I say to Joel, like he can read me. Sometimes it's like it's even freaky for me. Like I he just look at me with one look, and he's like, all know, all know about me. So he's like, okay, tell me what's going on. And like, I'm all good. He's like, no, I'm seeing. So like, tell me what's going on. And I appreciate that he can, see, so deeply within me, like, and just like calling for this dialogue, and I see when he is, he's low, and like I'm coming and talk. Do you want to talk? Do you want to share, what's going on? And like, and sometimes I just come, and just this one conversation just helps to, uplift mood, fix things, and just, bring back him back to life. And I think that's something natural that happens to you when you in relationship with your soulmate. But it just, I think it helps when you kind of like you connected to yourself, you're able to read yourself, then you can kind of read and sense other people. And I do believe you can develop this feature. And I think a lot of guys who've been scammed, I don't know, they just like when they go on a date and they like for years come into a lady who doesn't want even hold his hand. I'm questioning like this guy's disconnecting with himself, to not be able to identify this is just this is not real, this is not, she's not with him because she wants to be, like woman who wants to be with you, she wants to progress, like a lot of different progression, including physical, progression in relationship, holding your hands, having kisses, just normal things. So I think that's everything starts with connection within ourselves, then you can more. And how you develop it, just like starting from simple things, just like you feel you want to go toilet, you go toilet now, like just like starting from like, what do I want now, like what I want now, tea or coffee, and just starting from small things. And you train yourself to to hear, to feel yourself, like, because so many things with like when we go through heartbreaking experience and pain, we just like we close it, within ourselves, but it doesn't mean that it's not there, and it doesn't mean that it's not painful, and like it's there and it's need to be healed. But like we sometimes just like, no, nothing there, I'm just looking this way, like I don't care like what's here. But this here holding us from, I don't know, from new amazing experiences. If you're a family man and that's what makes you happy, but like being frustrated with everything how's in the West, you're just like, no, I'm not ready for, I don't know, it's just, there's many things we can talk about. Like when I was cheated on, I could, and I've done it actually myself, I closed my heart for many years, being not trusting man. But I understand when it comes to a certain point, would it like serve my happiness? Would it like bring me to the place where I want to be, this belief about man? Or maybe I just need to now differently, look for a man, for like to make sure I will not choose, man who will, bring me this pain, just like look for. And that's what that's what I've done. And just basically never been happier before in my relationship now. But I understand if I would choose to believe this about men, that all men have infidelity problem, I just cannot trust men, where it would bring me? Probably living a single person life. And for me, there is not much. I mean, there is a happiness, okay, don't get me wrong, I'm happy with myself no matter what, but I just know what level of happiness, like this synergy that you with the right person that you can generate together, it's just very different. It's like 1 + 1 equal 11, but not 2. That's what happened when you was the right person. Yes, he needs to stabilize him financially before he move forward. Homage-making process, financial stability needed for international marriage. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I don't know. It's guys talking to each other here. My answer will be, it's better if we will be able to predict based on the other person action or ask any concerns when necessarily. That's right. Average men getting less now because more men can to improve themselves as well as women. So don't average anymore. Keep level up. Yeah, I think, wherever you're going at the early stages in relationship, even you go through conflict, and whatever outcome you get, it's still experience. It let you, it give you understanding how person react in this and this and this. And even, even if you see in that, the way she's going through, she's closing, and this is not the way how you believe, relationship. It just, that's probably will be deal breaker, as was for me in my past relationship, because I don't believe in like relationship working when people are not commit to work on them and be open and have, and I don't know where it come like to close, probably from childhood, and the way like man was, some the way, it's protection mechanism, I understand. But like I know some ladies, like they can patiently wait, like and give like you. I know one lady, Ukrainian, she was dating man, and she was telling, oh, if you don't talk for 1 month, like he's upset. And like I was like, what? And like, yeah, he just need time, I'm okay with that, like, and maybe it's going to work for this certain couple. I know it's not working for me, and I think that's very important to know how you want it to be in your relationship, in your your vision. So maybe for some works, but I just like it's different from couple to couple. So here, any experience that you have in the relationship, it's always enrich you in understanding how you want to be treated, how you want it to be. And just like if you see this is not gonna work, just let it go and move ahead. That's why limited introduction, that's what we're doing, in order not to settle, just like set you with this mindset that you have choice, but also not push you in this situation that a lot of foreigners stuck in when they like come to Ukraine and see all this beauty around. It's just this plethora choice of making them actually like they forget why they come originally to find a family, love, but then they forget, they become sex tourists. That's actually what they trapping with and struggling with. So like when you meet high valuable woman and you like her and you want to develop a relationship, be making efforts to to win her heart, and just like yeah, just not attitude to this, okay, just don't like a little bit this and just like next, this next. This is not the way it's gonna work. Okay, guys, thanks for your questions. I hope I told you today how to go toilet if you feel one pee. I don't know, I have funny mood. But that's what I think. I think it's more naturally for women to be connected with themselves. They're just like more, I don't know, intuitive, right? All women, they're more intuitive. It's just some natural skill. And I believe men can just develop this within themselves. Yeah, Joe just he had like he's high empathic person. And for those one, they more connected with themselves, and they read other people, so it's more naturally for him. But I believe that it's something that we can, as like anything in the world, we can learn wherever we want to, you know, to go. But I believe this is very helpful, to in relationship, to be connected to yourself, to know what you want, and then building from this position your relationship, right? So just guys, I would just say a quick reminder here. If you like on this journey new, or I don't know, maybe for years you've been told or you've seen, you know, your friend of yours, you know, good friend of yours, married to Ukrainian woman, and you're just like looking and jealous. Don't need to be jealous. Come to us and we will help you with this. Just go to Guaranty/register, and we'll just have a matchmaking consultation with you, seeing, you know, how whom you're looking for, and if we're able to help you, right? Because we hear all kind of requests and we also wanna to make sure that, you know, we're capable to help you. And unfortunately there is some guys that, like, I think it's a side effect of guys who spend a lot of years on a scam website, and so they kind of brainwashed in and like not understanding what's reality anymore, you know. Just like, I don't know, now you was talking to professional people who's taught how to manipulate you, how to like talk to you so you'll spend more money there. But soon it will be probably some ChatGPT talking to you, but anyway, programmed a certain way. But it's just nothing about reality. We provide in real journey for you, for our ladies and for our men client, for those who actually want physically create a family, be together, not be in this, you know, for years chats, you know, because that's not what our ladies who register with us, they looking for, like real relationship. So if you wants real relationship and just very new, or I don't know, or maybe you already follow 3 years of our channel, because we have these guys too that's like cannot you know, afraid to make step. Just go slowly, you know, and see where it will lead you, you know. Everything starts from, generally, like, we do this test drive that give you understanding what's your real chances are, right? And this is not we telling you, it's like we do this manually. We send out your intro package to all ladies, and you get yeses and nos, and you know, this is kind of like natural real barometer of how realistic you are, because you're free to want what you want, but there is a reality. And you know, Joe like spent there 5 years or how much in Ukraine to understand this reality himself, and just create this decent possibility for Western men to help them to have what he has. Okay, thanks for being with me today. I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I invite you tomorrow to what's the so scary. This is a video. Oh my goodness, even I'm afraid from this thumbnail. But this is biggest fear of Ukrainian women. So you please come. I honestly was like thinking to do this video. I mean, to release it and all, because I kind of, you know, break down there, telling one horrible story that I've heard of, and that's side effects again about patriarchal system and what you have there. And that's why I believe a lot of Ukrainian women, not a lot, but like at least ours, you know, they wanted to actually meet Western men, and that's a big drive for them. I mean, that's the reason that I described in this video. Okay, please like, share, and support this video. Like, I don't know what's going on with our channel. I feel like I don't want to start a new channel because I don't know, it's just YouTube doesn't want to collaborate with me anymore. It's not showing my videos. So yeah, and I put a lot of like my my soul into these videos. And yeah, I would appreciate your support here. Okay, thanks guys, and have a great weekend. See you in 2 weeks then. Bye bye.